Fun fact, I used to work at Disneyland a billion years ago. And then I worked at Sony Pictures and Wheel of Fortune. Seriously, I worked at Wheel of Fortune. You can look it up. Now, are all those jobs still listed on my LinkedIn profile? Heck yes, they are. Today, we are going to talk about why you want to keep those old jobs on your profile. How far back you should go, what to keep, what not to keep, all of it. But that's what we are answering in this video. So I am Cassandra, and I help motivated professionals build their careers and businesses through practical tips to gain career confidence. Let's get started. So this video came up because this is a question I get a lot. How far back should my experience go? What if it has nothing to do with what I'm doing now? Y'all, I work in education now. What does that have to do with Disneyland? About nothing, okay? Nothing. So let's talk about why you should keep your past experiences, when not to keep them, etc. This is how I decide what to keep from my past and what to let go of. I ask 3 questions. Number 1, was it working for a large corporation? Number 2, does it display, does it display some sort of transferability and skills or add some sort of credibility, maybe in the title? Number 3, is it just interesting? So let's walk through those. If I answered yes to any of the 3, it stays. So let's walk through those. For number 1, and this is going to be the biggest yes for most people, is it part of a large corporation? I keep it because then it adds me into a very large network. So if you work at Gap in your local mall, you are now added to the collection of Gap overall, globally, right? And so you now are connected to all those other people who have worked at Gap or are currently working for Gap corporate and in stores. So that's why things like Starbucks, Disney, any national retailer, any chain restaurant, keep those on there because it adds you to that whole giant collection of employees that are on LinkedIn. So you can get closer to those people. Okay, so for yes to question number 2, does it show some sort of transferable skills or credibility? I like to keep certain jobs on because the bullet points underneath show some level of transferable skills to what I'm doing now or what I hope to do next, even if it's a career pivot. Or if you're starting to look at a new industry, maybe that title you had gives you credibility. Maybe you were some sort of manager. Even if it's a completely different industry you're going to, the fact that you were a manager shows you had some sort of leadership. You took responsibility. You had ownership over things. Those are great skills no matter what the industry. So I like to leave that company and title just to show that credibility. A lot of hand movements today. Hope y'all can handle it. And then for number 3, is it just fun? Y'all, there are certain jobs that just are great talking points. I don't think I've been to an interview where someone didn't ask about Disneyland. And yeah, it's on my resume. It's not on my resume anymore. That's how old it is. It's on my LinkedIn, but there's no bullet points under it. It just says I was a guest relations cast member. I do this because they love to do this. I was a guest relations cast member at Disneyland for 1 summer. It's the beauty of being an Anaheim, Orange County native, right? So yeah, it's on there. People love to ask about it, so I keep it because it's a great talking point. When I look at other people's profiles, I scroll them to see if we have anything in common or if there's anything interesting to talk about. Keep those things on there. I mean, there was somebody I met at a conference that works in publicity, and I went and looked through her LinkedIn, and in college, she went to school in New York. She now lives in Austin. She interned for like Vogue and a Bravo show that I was obsessed with back in the day. Now I had new interesting things to talk to her about. So you never know where that talking point's gonna come from. So if there's something you've done that was kind of fun or different, it could be camp counselor, it could be that you spent a summer doing Alaskan fishing. I had a friend that did that. Like any of those weird offbeat things, if you had one of those jobs, add them because they're a great talking point. So I hope that helps you figure out just how far back to go. Now, one thing I didn't say, Disneyland was senior year of college. That's as far back as I go. I don't have my jobs from Limited 2 or Nordstrom or any of that on there because it's just so far back. So if it's something you did in high school and we're now in our mid to late 20s, it should go. For those of us who are a little bit in our careers, I would say college is as far back as we go, but keep one of those large corporate jobs you had on your resume or on your LinkedIn. You guys, it's been a long day. So I hope this helps. Please let me know what other questions you have about your LinkedIn profile in the comments below. And if you need more help on creating that profile, I do have a LinkedIn All-Star Profile checklist in the description box below. You can pick that up for free. That is it for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!